People waste too much time going on dates. Don't waste your time. Go on like actual dates that accomplish things. Okay,
But I would say your vetting process takes up a lot of time.
swipe, scroll, scroll.
No. Of like you
Process.
texting, FaceTiming, sending photos, sending audio messages to a girl, which is your vetting process, takes up just as much time as a first date does.
You're on a work call while you do that. Boom, boom, multitask, all in one.
Dude,
Done.
a date is so much
You don't
more
understand
tasking.
how proficient this man has become with vetting his options for
back
a
him
first
up.
date. I will absolutely back him up. This is my boy right here.
The point I'm trying to make though is I just feel like it's just such a waste of time if you go on a bad date. People shouldn't be going on bad dates. Okay.
Mr. Dennis, would you want to share some stories?
No, I'm not sharing any stories here.
So, Joe, you have a terrible date.
Oh, gosh.
What do you do? Do you end the date
know-
in person? How do you handle
I've
that?
been in this situation too many times. Like,
Yeah, and how'd you handle it?
huh?
And how did you handle
Honestly, whenever I've been on a date where I'm like, gosh, I just need this to end, I just literally am just like, okay, we're gonna get to 1 hour directly. We're gonna get to, if it started at 3 o'clock, we met at 3. I'm gonna
so
get
you just
to
pushed
4 o'clock,
through.
and then I am gonna say, oh, shoot, I gotta go pick up my mom from the airport.
He rounds to the nearest car.
Or he has to go through the whole date with her, rock climbing and lunch. And Joe got catfished one time. Joe was going on a date with somebody, thinking she was somebody, but she looked a lot different than her
She
dating
looks
profile.
pretty different than that. Hinge
And you
profile.
planned rock climbing
The follow-up.
followed with lunch.
Well, that's what we had planned to do. I was like literally like, oh my word. We got there and I was like, you look a little different. I didn't say that. But anyways, like we got
You
in.
should have.
I mean,
No.
I'm not that much of a jerk. But anyways, yeah. And then like later we went rock climbing and she was like, you're on pay for me, right? And I was like, no.
You said no?
I was like, you brought your wallet, right? And she's like,
And this was a first date?
first date, yeah.
How come you planned so many different activities?
We had gotten coffee across the street from the climbing gym, and then we walked across the street to the climbing gym.
But you already knew it was a bad date at the coffee shop. So why'd you go
and I didn't
climb?
know
why
how
did
to
you
walk
keep-
Because I felt bad. I couldn't just walk away in that moment. I was
You had
like,
made the plans.
Yeah.
I got myself into this situation, and I'm gonna at least like respect this
Yeah.
person enough to have a full date with them.
Sure.
If you ever get a bad date, guys, have an emergency call person. All right.
You're my emergency call
So,
person.
if you seriously life hack, if you are in a bad date and you do not like the person,
Life hack. Really?
text me, tell me to call you. I call you and be like, your mother died, Joe, and then boom, you're out of the date. Everybody
Wow.
should have a emergency partner when it comes to,
So you know what you guys are doing next time you get catfished?
See,
boy.
or the date just doesn't
I
go
don't
well.
go
I
on
don't-
enough first dates for me to think about an escape plan.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta have insurance. Jonathan.
If I'm getting to the point where I have to have an emergency escape plan, I gotta just like be upfront.
and this is just-
let her know.
right, and this is my perspective. I learned this from Jack, but you gotta keep first dates short. Like, first dates is not like I really need to get to know everything about your life. Instead, first dates are like do I at least get along with this person? Can I talk to them? Do I enjoy myself when I'm around them?
You make some chemistry, and you leave it.
Yeah.
You leave it hot. You leave it
You
while
leave it
it's
hot.
up.
Right,
You know?
totally. There's no need to talk for 3 hours on a date to go up and then down.
And then you're bored, and you have to end the date, and you're like, well, I don't even know if I want to go on another date.
Right.
Why not end the date excited for a second one?
Right, so I think that's just a way you can avoid having bad dates. as well.
Ballinger.
Yeah, that's good.
Ballinger, have you ever had a bad date?
Impossible. Ballinger doesn't have bad dates.
I don't know. Have I had a bad
I feel like
date?
you've been pretty successful in your dating.
Because I'm very select before I go on the date with
Yeah.
a person.
Yeah.
Like I don't just go like, oh, I'm gonna go on a date with this person. Like I honestly think you should be very selective before you even go on a first date. Mm-hmm. Like stalk her Facebook, stalk her Instagram.
Can we maybe divert from the word stock, but
Okay, you do a lot of
Investigate
research,
thoroughly.
Background check.
do a background check. Seriously, because
Yeah.
So stalking.
Okay.
investigating, Jack. Investigating.
Realistically, though,
Investigating sounds
every
worse
person who goes on an online date always vets their
Even
options.
I would hope you
People-
do.
Don't
Yep.
go on
So
bad
you,
dates.
so your hypothesis is if you do enough investigating, you can avoid bad dates entirely.
Or if you're just picky enough with who you go on dates with.
Yeah,
Be
so
picky.
you're saying you can avoid bad dates entirely if you play your cards right.
If it's a bad date, like if it's really bad, you can just let them know at the date spot that
That's
you're not
brutal,
going
Max.
on another date.
What would you even say? You'd be like, well, thank you for this hour-long session. It didn't go well.
Who talks like that?
If it's bad enough,
This is
30
our last
minutes in, if it's bad enough,
I'm gonna
30
give you a
minutes in,
handshake
I'm
instead of a
leaving.
hug.
But
Have you ever walked out of a date?
I have not. But I wouldn't be opposed to it because I am not gonna,
You would not walk
The-
out of
What
a
would
I
you
don't think
say?
you would have the guts to.
if it's
not
bad
Max.
enough,
What would you say?
like, okay, mind you,
Okay, Max.
What's the
hypothetical
shortest-
setting.
what's
You're,
the
no, no, no,
shortest
no, no,
date?
no, no, no. Hypothetical
Okay,
setting.
okay.
He is on a coffee date with Ballinger.
Okay.
Ballinger's the girl. Ballinger said something that completely turns you the wrong way. You could never see yourself with someone like this. Q scene.
I would like accelerate the date coming to a closing.
That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, you're talking to Ballinger. You're on a date.
Oh!
Celebrate a date coming to a close.
Accelerate.